Welcome to another episode of Tiny Kitchen Cooks. This is Cameron Cook Rush, and we're making another one of my favorites, which is another fall favorite. This happens to be Schwäbische Linsensuppe, or Schwabian lentil soup. So anyway, we have the following. So for this recipe, I'm using 2 cans of lentils that are 240 grams without liquid or about 400 grams with liquid. I'm going to use them both. We have cubes of chicken stock ready to go. I'm only going to use 1. We have pre-prepared diced onion, finely chopped. We have 1 leek that I've already chopped ahead of time and ready to go. And this is actually 2 carrots. We're only going to use half of that, but you could use both if you want to. And we're using 3 Wiener Würste, or 3 Viennese sausages, or we're using 1 Debrecena sausage from Hungary, and these will all go together. And of course, we'll be using a little bit of apple cider vinegar, along with 2 bay leaves, and along with a little bit of nutmeg. I'll tell you the specific amount in a little bit. So the very first thing we need to do, we need to chop up some black bacon. You can use bacon of your choice, but this is what I have on hand. I'm going to slice this up into approximately 1-inch cubes. So here we go. So I've got this ready to go. This is what I purchased previously, which is about 1 kilogram-ish of black bacon. We're just going to do it into 1-inch cubes. Okay, now that we've sliced it up, now I'm going to place it into our pot and get it ready to go. Okay, so into a very hot pot, we are going to place our black bacon. Here we go. As you can hear, it's starting to sizzle away, so I'll just give it a stir. And I will also reduce the heat by a little bit. Allow that to get nice and sizzled, nice and browned, and then you'll add everything else. Okay, so now that that bacon has browned a little bit and sizzled a little bit, we're going to add other things. We're going to add our aromatics. So here we go. We have 1 diced onion, we have 1 chopped leek, and we have 2 chopped carrots. We're going to use about half of that. So into that, we're going to first add our onion. Grease it a little bit. Then we're going to add our leeks. Turn the heat down again. Then we're going to add about half a carrot. Okay. And we're going to let everything just make a nice mirepoix. The fat from the bacon is reincorporating. Turn the heat up a little bit. Okay, so everything's sizzling now. I'm going to let it sizzle for a little bit, and then I will reduce the heat. Okay, so now that we've reduced everything, we're going to add our other ingredients. So, first of all, you can add your own lentils. You can soak them overnight, that's up to you. But I've got them canned, ready to go, so I'm just going to add them. Okay, so once you have added your lentils, you're going to stir everything together. So, let's take this. Let's give it a stir. We'll set the other to the side. So here we go, everything's set to the side. And next, we just have to add our sausages. So for this recipe, I'm adding 3 Wiener Würste, or Vienna sausages, and 1, if you can see this, 1 Debrecena sausage. And they're just going to go on top. And then to that, since I do not have chicken stock, we're going to add 1 cube, which equates to about 1/2 liter-ish of chicken stock. And here we go. Into the pot that goes. We'll cover everything and see you back in a little bit. One of my favorite pastas from Southwest Germany. So for the following, we need to have 4 cups flour, we need to have 5 eggs, and we need to have 2/3 cup to 3 cups water, depending on your altitude, etc. So I'm probably going to need more because I'm at sea level. We're also going to need 1 teaspoon salt and also 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg. So here we go. Let's start with our flour. This is 4 cups flour. We're just going to put the entire thing in there. Next, we're going to add our 5 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we're going to add 2/3 cup to 3/4 cup, depending on your elevation, depending on your altitude, of sparkling water. Personally, because I'm in low altitude, I need a lot. So here we go. It's going to be about a little bit more. There we go. Then we're going to mix everything together by hand. You don't want the dough to get too clopped. You don't want to get it too loose. You want it to be kind of somewhere in between. And we're nearly there. Yeah, this is looking good. Nice, there we go. I can see lots of yellow, that's good. That means the egg is incorporated. All right, and also you don't want the dough to be too thick. If it's too thick, it will not go through our press, which we'll see in a little bit. So, 1 second, I'm gonna wash my hands, get right to it, and there we go. By the way, I forgot that we're going to add a little bit of nutmeg. Just sprinkle it on. And a little bit of salt. And that's all it takes. Okay, so next, I actually have what's called a Spätzle Würstle or a Spätzle press. You can easily use the backside of a cheese grinder, for example, or you can use something else that's similar, but this is actually designed specifically to make our spätzle. So I'm going to add a little bit at a time into our boiling water, which I've got going, and we'll go from there. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my boiling water. I'm going to go ahead and turn that up to 160 for now. And then I'm just going to spoon a little bit at a time into this Spätzle Schwäb or Spätzle press, which, by the way, I can tell you where you can get it on Amazon, where you can get it on Shopee, etc. later. But here goes. This is a typical press if you want to have Schwäbian style noodles. So I'm going to get a bunch. I'm going to put it in there. I'm get another bunch. Put it in there. Again, do a little bit at a time. Just wait for it to come up to 10, and then we go. All right, everyone. Now that we have everything prepared, all we have to do is plate. Let's go ahead and do that. First, let's get some of our Spätzle noodles. Then right on top of that, we're going to add some of our soup. Cover that up again. All right, this is what we're left with. Let's give it a try. We've got our nice Schwäbische Linsensuppe, and we've got our nice Wiener Wurst. Let's give it a taste. I'm going to try to get a little bit of everything. Delicious, hearty, perfect for an autumn day. I hope you enjoy. Until next time.
Any kitchen cooks.